Identifying arithmetic and geometric sequences. For each sequence, determine whether it appears to be arithmetic, geometric, or neither. Alright, so we have three sequences here, and we need to determine whether it's arithmetic, which means that there's a common difference to get from one term to the next, or that we're adding or subtracting the same number. Geometric means that we're multiplying or dividing by the same number to get from one term to the next. And neither would be if neither of those are the case. So, let's look at this first one. Now, first I'm just going to check. I'm going to check both possibilities. If I'm looking for a common difference in this first one, it says 27, 21, 15, and 9. So if I want to find a common difference, I have to think, what would I add or subtract to get from 27 to 21? So 27 minus 21 is 6. So to get from here to here, I would subtract 6. Let's see if that's the same difference between 21 and 15. So 21 minus 15 is also 6. So to get from 21 to 15, I subtract 6. Let's check one last time, because if this is not minus 6 as my common difference, then it's neither. 15 minus 9 is also 6. So to go from 15 to 9, we subtract 6. Now, because we're subtracting the same number in between every term, that makes this an arithmetic sequence. Now, we could check to see if there's any way to divide or multiply to get the same pattern, but because I already see it's arithmetic and this is a multiple choice question, I know it's arithmetic. Now, let's look at the second one. 5,000, 550, and 5. Again, I'm going to check arithmetic first. So I'm going to take the second term, 500, and subtract it from the first term, 5,000. That gives me negative 4,500. So to get from the first term to the second, I have to subtract 4,500. Now let's see if that's the same to get from the second term to the third term. So I'm going to do the third term minus the second term. That's only negative 450. So because these differences are not the same, I know it cannot be arithmetic, because the differences between each term is not constant. It's not the same number. So let's check geometric. I want to see if I could multiply by a number to get from this to this. So I'm going to take the second term and divide it by the first term. Now that's a decimal, Now that's a decimal, so in order to make it a fraction, I'm going to hit this math button right here. And then because fraction is already highlighted, I'm going to hit enter, enter. That's actually 1/10. So to get from this term to the next, I would multiply by 1/10. Let's check to make sure the next bridge is 1/10 as well. So I'm going to do 50 divided by 500. That's 0.1, so math, enter, enter, is also 1/10. So to get from 500 to 50, I multiply by 1/10. So it's looking good for a geometric sequence. However, I'm going to check one last term to be sure. And again, to get from 50 to 5, I multiply by 1/10, or in other words, divide by 10. So I see a common ratio here. So the number that we're multiplying by is the same in every case. So this is going to be a geometric sequence. Alright, let's see if we can figure out this last one. Again, I'm going to check arithmetic first. So I'm going to take my second term, 16, and subtract my first term to find the difference. That's 7. So in order to get from 9 to 16, that's adding 7. So now I check how to get from 16 to 25. I do 25 minus 16, and that's 9. So to get from 16 to 25, I have to add 9. And one last time, 36 minus 25 is 11. So although I'm adding a positive number every time, because these numbers are not the same, which means that they're not a common difference, it cannot be arithmetic, because it has to be this adding or subtracting the same number in order to be an arithmetic sequence. So let's see if we can't find a common difference. Let's see if we can find a common ratio. So I'm going to see what I have to multiply 9 by to get 16. So I'm going to do 16 divided by 9 and get this long fraction. Again, I'm going to turn it into, this long decimal. I'm going to turn it to a fraction by hitting this math button and then enter. So I would have to multiply 9 by 16 over 9 to get it to turn into 16. Let's check the next bridge, see if it's also 16 over 9. So let's do 25 divided by 16. Again, a decimal, so math, fraction, and that's 25 over 16. I would have to multiply 16 by 25 over 16 to get to 25. So I don't see a common ratio here because these are two different numbers. My calculator gives me the simplest form, so I know they can't be the same one. I don't even have to keep checking. This is neither geometric nor arithmetic. So it has to be neither because there's not a common difference and there's not a common ratio.